Welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So today I wanted to talk about the 10 top exotic species in Star Trek. And when I say exotic, I'm not talking about omnipotence or neuro-omnipotence or anything like that. No type of reality warping or changing abilities. I'm talking about species that, because of their appearance or biology, or because of their natural habitat or existence, where they live. All right. So I thought about this video because I seen that they were introducing a Medusan in the new Star Trek series coming up. So a lot of people don't know what a Medusan is and a little bit about their history. So I figured I'd do, a top 10 list of, like I said, the most exotic species in Star Trek. And I guess we'll start with the Allasomorph. The Allasomorph is from the episode The Dauphin in the Next Generation. All right. Now, what the Allasomorph can do is it's basically a shapeshifter. It's a changeling, but it doesn't belong. They don't belong to the group of changelings. It's a totally different alien, totally different species. Number 9 is going to be the Devidians. All right, the Devidians were from the episode Time's Arrow. Now, what makes the Devidians so interesting is, besides the fact that they get their substance from the life force of humans, but they exist in a dimension that's 0.01 or 0.1 or something like that vibration off of ours. So if they were in a room with you, you wouldn't see them. All right. Now, the next one is going to be the salt vampire. No, I'm sorry. The Solanogen based life form. Yeah, I think that is a bit more interesting. And that's from the episode Schisms. Now, the Solanogen based life forms, I know I'm jacking that name all up, but that's how I used to always say it. But basically, I called them also the subspace aliens. And basically, they were kidnapping people, experimenting, and all that stuff from off the Enterprise. And what makes them so unique is the dimension that their reality exists in a deep level of subspace. Okay? So the next one is going to be the Salt Vampire from the episode Man Trap. Yeah, I think that's a good place to put the Salt Vampire. Why the Salt Vampire is on this list is because it's the only one left of its species. We have never ran across another one in Star Trek canon that we know of. And they live off of basically vampiring the salt out of you. And they can exist, they can appear as anybody to their victim or their prey. So they're very, very dangerous. Okay, and they was from the episode The Man Trap in the original series, like I said. Now, next you have the Coalescent organism from Aquiel. This is an interesting one too. It is an organism that basically lives by feeding and absorbing other organisms. When it does this, it gains their memories, it gains their appearance. Basically, you could think of it as a nice version of the Thing. Well, I ain't gonna say a nice because it does kill people. It is a not as violent version of the Thing from, the movie The Thing. Now, the next one is we're gonna have the Horta, or as I like to call it, the man under the rug. But it's from the episode Devil in the Dark from the original series. This is a carbon-based life form, sentient, and if I remember correctly, it does help out the Federation miners on that planet to the last of my knowledge of that episode. But you have the Horta. Now, let me see. I think the Endosians, or the Edelins, what are they called? Anyway, they're from the animated series. Actually, Eric's, I believe that was named Lieutenant Commander Eric's. He was one of them. And they basically have 3 legs, 3 arms, 3 toes, 3 fingers, and they're orange in appearance. Got bony faces. They're very interesting looking creature. But I want to say Edoslin or Elosion or something like that, but it's them. Next, you have the Valerians, or see, there we go again with those inconsistencies in Star Trek. You got the Valerian species, and you got Valeria, which is a planet. And the indigenous species to Valeria is these crystal species. And they look like sand grains, okay? But they were extinction in highly intelligent hive mind that existed on that planet. And they can come together to form complex computer-type structures in crystal form, all right? They called us bags, they called ugly bags of mostly water. I love that. I love that description so much. Anyway, after Valerians, you have the Medusan at number 2. Now, The interesting thing about Medusans is, they're from the episode Is There No Truth in Beauty, by the way, from the original series. And the thing about Medusans is, if you look at them, if a human looks at them, or pretty much any other species looks at them, but especially humans, they lose their mind. They go crazy as all outdoors. It's crazy. Even the human side of Spock went crazy, and you know how high speed he is. That episode also had Dr. Pulaski in it, or the actress who plays Dr. Pulaski, her fine self back in the day. Anyway, and at number uno, we got the Kelvans. You guys ever heard of the Kelvans? Have you guys ever heard of the Kelvans? Man, it's from the episode, the original series, By Any Other Name. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. But it's from the episode By Any Other Name. And if I could describe the Kelvans, they wasn't shown in this episode, but they was described by Spock in this episode. And they are huge, he described them as huge creatures with hundreds of tentacles and a mind strong enough to be able to control each one of those tentacles doing its own job. Hundreds of tentacles. Man, imagine the self-love anyway. So, those are my top 10 most exotic Star Trek canon species. Like I said, if you guys know any species that should be on this top 10 list that should kick some of these other species off, please let me know in the comments. And by the way, I wanted to thank you guys for subscribing and for the comments that you guys have been leaving. They've been awesome. I love a great debate. I try to get back to every comment as soon as I notice that it's made, because I love the interaction. You know, I love the interaction between Trekkies. That's the way it's supposed to go. I can't stand going to a person's channel, man, and not subscribe to it, and I done left a comment or a question or something like that, and the person don't ever have anything to say. Like it don't mean anything that you didn't took the time to check out my video. But like I said, man, I really do appreciate you guys supporting me and supporting the channel. And as always, peace, recycle, save the whales. Please subscribe if you haven't, and ring the bell for new content. And as always,